Hi everybody, welcome back to Carla's Art Corner. So today we're going to do Popplio, which is a super cute starter. I love him so much. He's adorable. I'm not a huge fan of the evolution, but I don't know, I guess it's kind of growing on me now. I guess the game is out now. I'm trying to think of what day it will be when this video comes out, but it's out now. Woo! Everybody get excited about the game and stuff. And what are your thoughts on it? Are you liking it so far? Did you get it? Are you waiting to get it? Are you gonna get it for Christmas or something? I don't know. Tell me about it. So with this particular video, I wanted to talk about sketching and how it is the most important part of your piece, because if you don't have a good sketch, you will not end up with a good product at the end of it. It just will go to crap. You can't make anything good out of a bad sketch. This one I definitely had some trouble with quite a few times, and you're going to see me and my process and how I kind of got to the finished product. Hopefully you guys like it. Once again, I want you guys to leave a comment below and tell me what you think and what you think of the series, Pokemon games, etc. But yeah, now we gotta jump into the project. So let's go. Yeah. And here we are with some initial sketchings of Popplio. This is one of the 3, I think, different iterations that I had on this illustration. So yeah, definitely sketching is important. If you don't have a good sketch, you know that it's not going to turn out well. And I did make the mistake of going a little bit too far in one of the later drawings, as you'll see soon enough, and I went a little bit too far in my process, and then I just had to scrap the whole thing. Just wasn't working. This is the one that I'm talking about. It was so cute. The face was just really appealing, had really nice round eyes. I really liked a little bit of chubbiness in the belly, because everybody's got a little bit of chubbiness in the belly. It's just part of human nature. And I guess seal nature? Anyway, I had to change it up because it was not working overhead. It looked very unbalanced and did not look realistic. Even though it's a cartoon, it wouldn't realistically make sense for Popplio to be that far forward. So the drooping forward seemed to work for a little bit, but what ended up happening is you get this kind of weird angle where you're not quite sure if that tail is going in front or right below, and then that brings into question, what the heck are the front flippers on? Like, what kind of surface is he on to make that tail curl underwards? And I really didn't realize this until later. I was just too caught up in the face. Really liked the idea of one of the paws kind of smushing the cheek in, you know, all cutesy and stuff. Yeah, you can get a sense of the colors that I'm going for. Again, I was going with the complementary colors underneath, letting it bleed through. If you guys didn't hear me talk about that, you should check out the Litten video for sure. And then the shading was just kind of working off of that reference photo that I have on the left there. I have this part super sped up more than usual, just because this process was like 10 times longer than the other 2 starters. I kept on messing up. But you can see I'm still using the same lighting techniques of having the warm lighting and the cool lighting. But I tried with this one having it more backlit and having the shadows in the foreground. It was an interesting effect. I think it was kind of cute to try. And overall, though, I just had to scrap the whole thing. And now we are on the final drawing. Whew, I had to talk really fast there. So here we go. We're starting out with the drawing. And this was kind of going off of that first idea a little bit more, where he's kind of juggling the Pokeballs, and I wanted to play with a little bit of perspective. So you see I had that flipper really big at the start, and then I tried to use a little bit of forced perspective there so that that paw is going further away in space, so it is getting smaller. And this kind of created an opportunity with these Pokeballs to kind of be flying in the air. And again, resizing. Thank goodness for Photoshop, hey? So nice. Yeah. Here I'm just selecting the whole body. I'm gonna get in there with that complementary color like I did before. I want to ask, what do you guys think of the evolution of Popplio? It's definitely not something that I thought would happen. I thought he was going to turn into some sort of a circus clown. I mean, I get the kind of like almost theatrical opera singer that they're going with the final evolution, and I think that's an interesting take in having this Pokemon being like a showy spectation. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. It's a performer. I think that's an interesting take on it. It's definitely a Pokemon evolution that's growing on me. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I do like how they're kind of varying it up a little bit with the fairy and water type. I think that's very interesting, because I thought it was just going to be a straight water type. I thought Popplio was just going to be water. Again, I'm really referencing that illustration that I have on the left. It's proving to be extremely helpful just to get those base colors down, and you know that by the end I'm going to alter these colors quite a bit, just to get a cohesive feel of the whole thing. One thing that I'm trying to explore more in my works is trying to do a little bit more of a painterly approach to things. I'm finding it a little bit limiting digitally to do a painterly approach. I know it should be super easy, but I just can't get away from the feeling that everything is so digital looking in Photoshop. So I'm going to try and do some more class projects that are with acrylic paint, and I'm hoping to get more well versed in that medium for more illustrative things and maybe even more cartoony things, and not just, you know, classical fine art painting. I will be posting some videos of my commissions that I did over the summer, which were super fun, and I really got to learn a lot about acrylics and really hone my skills with it. It was great to get back into landscapes. I just really enjoyed the whole summer. I couldn't have asked for anything better that summer. So you're going to see a lot of those videos coming out shortly. I just wanted to get these Pokemon starters out for when the game comes out. I hope you guys are really enjoying the game. I don't know whether or not it's going to be a kind of weird experience or a really pleasurable experience. Like, the game just seems extremely different from all the other Pokemon games. I mean, I've only really played like up to, I think it was Diamond? Diamond was the latest one that I played. And so I'm really not well versed in any of the newer Pokemans and the new Pokemon games, so I'm not really sure. I can't speak from experience of how that was, how those are different from the brand new one, but it does seem like it's really out there. So now I'm doing some highlights here. I did do a lighter blue, but I also went in with some white for that little snout, and going in with those whiskers. With the shading and highlights of this, I really wanted to get that glossy kind of look, because Popplio is a sea lion, and sea lions are quite shiny when they're wet. I love watching sea lions. They're one of my favorite animals. We have a sea lion show at the West Edmonton Mall, and I love checking it out. It's not just for kids anymore. So yeah, I really love watching them. They're such exquisite animals, and so like I want to say dexterous, but that's not quite the word. They're very agile, I guess. They're very complicated, like what they can do with their body and have such control over it. It's very interesting. So here I did have, as I mentioned before, a backlight of warm light on one of the earlier drawings that I had at Popplio, but I found that for this one it would really serve the drawing well if I had the light coming from the front. If you think about it coming from the back, then the forms start becoming a little bit more muddy, and you can't really make that distinction between the head and the body. This way, having the light over to the right really made me able to go in with the shadows on the left to really help define, and not just have, you know, straight line or or a completely different color like the orange be the only thing that would be able to tell the difference between the head and the body. So I think we're just about done here. I'm just finishing things up. I think I'm playing with the, I played with the levels a bit, the color levels, and I brought it to a bit more of a reddish glow. I tend to do that a lot more with my images. Rather than doing a cooler approach, I tend to go with a warmer approach. I just find it a little bit more inviting to the eye. And it makes those colors on there a little bit more complex, so you're not just looking at your standard blue or your standard red. It's all got a little bit more of life to it. And here we are with the final product. This guy is available for prints. It'll be on my Redbubble page, and if we get more comments, you never know, you might just win one. Woo! I love this fella. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked the final product of it. I'm pretty pleased with it, I have to say, after all of those shenanigans. Once again, leave a comment below and you could get a free print. So my question for you guys is, what is the best trick that you've taught your pet? Like, what is the craziest thing that you've taught your pet to do? Whether it to be like wiping their feet at the back door, or you get them to shake on command. That's what I do with my dog. Yeah, leave a comment below. If I get more than 10 comments, then that means I start giving away free prints, and you want to be in on that, I'm sure. I hope. Yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe and like the channel and everything, and check out our other videos too. Bye-bye.